Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On this episode of General Hospital, John gets under Carly's skin, Drew breaks the news of his separation with Willow, and Lois checks in with Sunny. Please be aware that we might get a tiny commission from sales made after clicking on one of the links in this story. Sunny is at home when Lois checks in on him. He says he visited Olivia at the hospital earlier and checked on her. But he also says he's afraid his son won't make it. He is free to express his sentiments to Lois, and she assures him that he won't be judged if he does. Sunny claims he would never be able to forgive Jason or himself if Jason had shot Dante. Sunny tells her what Spinelli discovered that shows Jason collaborating with another shooter. Why is Jason attempting to kill him? Lois wonders. Sunny doesn't know. Maybe he has forgotten what it is to be devoted to him. Lois recalls how angry the Quartermaines were when Jason first started working for him. But Jason did not listen to anyone. Sunny informs her that Jason and Carly were married while he was in Nixon Falls because he fears he may have trusted Jason too much. Sunny first shared Lois' belief that it was a friendship issue, but he was mistaken. He thought it betrayed some trust, even if they were in love. He acknowledges that he harbored affections for Nana, but that Carly prevented him from pursuing his marriage. He claims it doesn't matter because the police believe Jason is to blame and his son may be dying. Lois is aware of their unique link with Dante. Sunny acknowledges that Dante has been the only person that supports him, listens to him, and doesn't condemn him for the past 2 years. "Stop getting in my way," was the last thing he spoke to his kid. Lois should give Dante some grace because she is aware that he has said things he wishes he could take back. Dante, according to Sunny, was only at that warehouse as a result of him. As Lois informs Sunny, he is not God and cannot dictate what Dante or Jason decide to do. But he's not helpless because he's a father, and Dante needs his love right now. Christina pays a hospital visit to Sam. As Sam leaves Dante's room, Christina inquires about her well-being. Sam feels bewildered and afraid. Since Jason is the main suspect in Dante's shooting, Christina's concerns are understandable. Christina says that this must be really getting to her because her mother alerted her and Molly before the publication of the Invader piece. Sam is still attempting to take it all in. Christina is taken aback, as she had anticipated her to declare that Jason could not have done this. Sam snaps, "Talk to Carly if you want to hear that." Christina isn't shocked that Carly thinks well of him. Sam warns her not to tell Molly. But when Jason arrives at Carly's house to offer assistance, Christina knows that Carly can be accused of aiding and abetting. Sam doesn't want Carly to go to jail, even though she can't stand to see her right now. Sam tells her what Lil Carly told her and how, in typical Jason fashion, Jason didn't say anything to her. Sam acknowledges that her fear that Jason shot Dante is growing with every passing minute. Danny appears out of nowhere, and Sam chastises him for coming back to this place. She confides in him that she is losing her wits at the moment, and that the only thing keeping her composed is the knowledge that Rocco, Scout, and he are all safe at the estate. Christina speculates that Danny might be present because Dante's shooting suspect is his father. Sam apologizes and says she ought to have taken a seat and discussed things with him. Sam claims that she doesn't know where Jason has been or why he felt it was Oak to let them believe he had passed away. But Jason doesn't give a damn about other people. If anyone else hadn't been drawn to danger, Jason would have struggled to return home. Danny speculates that his father might have a valid reason, but Sam asserts that Jason has unique motivations. Even though the evidence seems to point to Jason's guilt, he hasn't been tried, and Christina claims that her mother taught her that everyone can be found guilty or innocent. Jason is the only one who can provide him with the information he needs. Sam concedes that Christina is correct, and he can provide them with further information once Dante awakens. Danny inquires as to when Dante will awaken. Sam believes it might happen now or in the future. Danny is urged by Sam to visit the Quartermains and avoid getting into any problems. Give Scout a hearty hug and kiss as well. When she asks Christina to take him to his destination, Christina responds that she can. Sam goes back to Don's chamber. Molly stops by the PCP to visit Anna. Just now, Anna was listening to Jason's 911 call for Don's assistance. She needs to review the evidence with Molly to determine what charges should be brought. Jason is the suspect, according to Anna, and she hopes he isn't the gunman. Molly hopes that's also the case. The evidence that Jason attempted to save Dante is discussed. But Molly states that their office believes Dante followed Jason and the other suspect, and Jason shot Dante without realizing who he was, then attempted to save him. Though Anna hopes the notion is incorrect, she believes the evidence seems to support it. Anna acknowledges that she and Jason have a complicated past. A few years ago, she got to know him better, and he ended up saving her life. She started to put her trust in Jason, and Robin obviously adores him. She must be objective and have faith in the system, though, or she cannot do her job and think as she pleases. Molly acknowledges that this is the reason she is here. She is in the wrong position because she lacks the ability to remain objective. Although Molly and Jason have their own problems, Molly used to think that Jason and Sam had the most romantic love story imaginable, and she even idolized Jason as a child. He was a reliable member of the family who kept Christina safe from a cult. Why wouldn't I give Jason the benefit of the doubt? She asks. Anna informs her that they have no idea where Jason has been or why he intended to shoot Sonny. How come he couldn't shoot Dante if he could accomplish that? The 911 call, though, is the exception. Molly says Dante was shot by the other man. Nevertheless, Anna claims that this is all irrelevant because Jason hasn't been seen since he leaped. She is informed by Anna of what transpired at the bridge. But instead of appearing hopeless, Jason exuded determination, as though he knew he could survive the fall, and that his body wouldn't wash up on shore. Although Anna claims they think he's hurt and hidden away, he could have left the country by now. These sniper teams, according to her, work with the WSB and enter, make the kill, and then leave. Jason might be gone for a while, she says. Though fleeing is an admission of guilt, Molly feels she should be pleased that she doesn't have to prosecute Jason at that point. Anna claims that there is more going on here than what she has previously witnessed. Willow informs Drew that Michael left to perform errands when he stopped by the gatehouse to visit him. He was unable to text Michael with what he wanted to tell him. He admits that he split up with Carly. After Willow brings them wine, they talk about Jason coming back. Carly and Michael are both certain that Jason is not guilty. Drew claims that their breakup was due to a lack of commitment and belief. Although Drew admits there is no future with Carly, he claims he hasn't stopped loving her. He hopes he made her happy too, because he says she made him happy. Of course he did, Willow says. He's been incredibly giving and forgiving. Aside from her children, Carly's first allegiance is to Jason, and Drew worries that he wasn't today. Drew worries that Carly isn't free to pursue other people now that Jason is back. He is aware of Carly's affection for him, but not of her love for Jason, because she will turn to Jason rather than him in times of need. He didn't want to stretch this out and make her attempt to prove her love for him. Willow apologizes and claims he deserved better. He plans to find it after agreeing. At the boathouse, Michael gives Jason a checkup. Michael advises Jason not to try to stand and to let them take care of him. Like Bobby, Jason feels Willow was a terrific nurse, and he is sorry to learn of her passing. Michael describes to him Bobby's passing. Jason recalls that Bobby was the one who initially held Michael in his arms. He claims that the scariest experience in his life was being held unsupported. Michael remembers what transpired with Amelia. Jason is reminded by Michael that Willow has instructed him to change into clean clothes, and he has brought some. When Jason takes off his shirt, Michael wonders, "What happened to you?" after noticing the tattoo on his arm. Michael offers to burn the other clothing when Jason changes, but Jason insists he needs them. There must be no proof that anyone else assisted him when he departs. Michael queries where he plans to travel. Michael inquires about Jason's whereabouts, but he is clueless. Jason acknowledges that the Cassadine Island tunnel collapse did not result in his death. Rather, the tunnels were simply stopped. He took the detour to the beach, where two armed guys were waiting. Michael queries their identity. He cannot hear Jason tell him that. He was transported by air from Greece to a location and placed in a windowless room. Eventually, he spoke with a man who could have forced him to accept a job. Michael believes that neither Jason nor he can reveal to him what the leverage is. According to Jason, he has been employed as a military contractor. Jason reveals that he was working with Hamish, another contractor, when he landed at Port Charles yesterday. He made sure Hamish missed after learning that Sonny was the intended target. Michael is aware of what happened after they fled. Michael questions whether he would have returned if he hadn't been hired for this position. Jason acknowledges his ignorance. Still unfinished, nevertheless, is the work of the man without windows in the room. What happens if you don't finish it? Michael wonders. Something I can't live with. I have to finish it, Jason says to him. When Michael arrives back at the gatehouse, he is taken aback to see Drew. Drew will let Willow fill him in when he returns to scout. Drew had some news to give. Michael asks what that was about as he takes off. Willow explains that Drew and his mother split up. Michael says it's too bad. Willow gets Michael's clothing for Jason to launder. Is this okay with her? He asks. At this point, she says, all they can do is see this through. John shows up at Carly's house in need of her assistance. Help Jason prove his innocence. He knows she thinks the same. Carly assures him that because Dante is involved with Sam and is supporting his son, Jason is not a reckless shooter and would never shoot a police officer or someone else. John claims it would be a motivation for some. Carly inquires as to whether he has proof that Jason is guilty, as she is very certain that Jason made an attempt to assist Dante. How does she know that? John wonders. Carly says that someone had previously taken care of Dante when she and her daughter Dex found him. Why, she wonders, is he not thinking that the second man is the shooter? John asks Carly, why did Jason flee if the second man shot Dante? She's not sure why he fled. Perhaps he didn't want to be found out for a crime he didn't commit. Given that neither Jason nor the other man covered their faces, according to John, it was obvious that they were unaware that the warehouse and roof were under surveillance. He thinks she should be happy that Jason was shot, since else he would have died long ago. Carly is furious that the talk is ended and walks away. She warns him about returning without a warrant. John can't help but notice that she gets uncomfortable every time she brings up Jason's name. Jason slumbers back at the boathouse, memories slipping away. He's in a windowless chamber, tied on a table, wearing all black. John Cates appears out of nowhere and introduces himself. Jason won't speak to you without his attorney. John takes out a tablet and states that there is unquestionable evidence of RICO offenses, which are punishable by at least 20 years in prison. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.